Wanted to go over with you the last 8 weeks that is happening in this semester. It goes really quickly. I have here two JPEGs of the month of March and the month of April that I wanted to go through with you really quickly so you have a good idea of what to expect of the last 8 weeks of this semester. So as you can see here, March 2003, week 11, we are creating a mock-up display case. I will go over this with you in the same video here, right after I kind of like talked about the next couple of weeks. Week 12 would be you are starting to print your work and mat your work. This is a 2-week assignment basically. So this upcoming week, you're starting to create your display case from a digital perspective. So you start choosing your artworks and you start aligning them up in the image that I'm giving you this week, most likely tomorrow on Monday. And then week 12 and 30 is your time to collect the artwork. If it needs to be printed, then you need to go to Pronto Print or some kind of printer here in Salina and make sure you print your work. I also want you to mat your work, and we will go over that a little bit more. Most likely, this was week 12. Around this Friday, Lori most likely will give you a demo if needed for matting your work. You can also use your office hours, of course, to come by Lori or my office to if you have more questions about matting your work. But most likely, Lori is the go person for that because she has more experience with that. I am showing you the April calendar. So again, week 11 is about, us making a digital display case, which I'll show you in a little bit. Week 12 is printing your work and matting your work. Basically, your start to get your work ready for presentation. If you are showing paintings and drawings, paintings most likely will not use any matting because it's canvas, but a drawing can still be matted behind some foam cord. So again, week 12 and week 13 is about you prepping your work. Week 13 on Friday, this is where we're going to start installing your work. So you can start installing on Friday during our office hours. Most likely, Lori and I will be there present from around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning till like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we can help you install. You can install, of course, that Saturday and Sunday as well. And we can still install our work on Monday the 10th during office hours because officially the opening of the senior show and the student show will be April 11th. Then we have a reception, and I want you all to be present on Friday, April the 14th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So you know that the two senior students, Kristen Watson and Grace Hopkins, will show in the gallery, and then all your other students show, art majors will show in the hallway. And yeah, it will be a really great event. So I want you to definitely come to the reception at 5 to 7 p.m. Then week number 15, which starts Monday the 17th, April the 17th. I want you to do a quick reflection paper and update your working portfolio with the latest work. Then week 16 and week 17 are devoted for a 50-minute talk on each of the Fridays. So you will meet with Lori and me for 15-20 minutes and we'll talk about like how your year went, talk about your reflection paper, your strong points, your weak points, what do you need to be working on, etc., etc. So that is kind of like the layout for the last couple of weeks. So I want you to be aware of this. Right now, I want to go and focus on week number 11, which is your showcase, your digital showcase. You most likely will be sent something, an image like this. you're getting wall space devoted based on the amount of classes you've took the last academic semester and the previous academic semester. So basically, how many classes you took in fall 2002 and how many art and design classes you took in spring 2023. Based on those amount of classes, you'll get a certain amount of space devoted to you. Because it wouldn't be fair if you had only one art class and you have to, fill up a whole space, right? And so it's only fair that the people that are having 6 art classes getting a little bit of a more substantial space than the students that only have 1 or 2 art classes. So I will give you an image tomorrow, Monday, in the afternoon, that Laurie and I designated the wall space for you, and I will make an image and send it to you. And that will be the template for you to use in post-production, preferably Photoshop, to insert your artworks. I have here an example of Shauna. Shauna did this last year. Basically, this was her mock-up display case where she got basically took pictures of her paintings, of her drawings, and some of her photographs and arranged it in a certain way that makes sense presenting your work, your best work. Now, a lot of the work might not conceptually work together or sometimes even visually, but it's about how you are actually aligning the work, how you're curating the work, and also seeing in a digital kind of perspective makes you aware of what kind of the outcome can be. So in this case, this is Shauna's mock-up display case. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see that, this is a nicely curated kind of space. And then this was actually her outcome, the actual artwork that she presented, and this is a photograph of it. So you can see there's not much difference, which is kind of a testament to Shauna's curatorial expertise. But if your digital mock-up doesn't look the same or your end result doesn't look the same as your digital mock-up, that is fine, of course. This is just kind of like this is the week 11, where you are kind of like start to think about what artwork will be part of your display case. Now, let's go back to the template for a second, because some of you might not have Photoshop skills. If you do not, you can come to my office and we will do it together. Just make sure that you have your JPEGs ready of your artworks, and then we can just place them inside of the image, the template that I have been giving to you. In this case, we have here several different pieces. They're all different sizes, of course, because the artwork might be a larger file than the templates. And the way you go about is you just click on the selected artwork. You make sure that you're on your Photoshop file here, and then you can downsize your artwork according to the size of your template. So tomorrow I will send you not only a template but also the size of the template, and then I want you to arrange digitally how they will work together from a size perspective. I know that this is a photograph that is much smaller than the drawing, so you have to make sure that this is also then have a similar kind of measurements, and so it works together very nicely. One thing that I wanted to highlight really quickly, I'm not sure if we can see this right now. I need to downsize my Photoshop kind of file so you can see it. But if you go to Edit and you go to Transform, you can transform by distort. And what that does is that you actually can individually manipulate the corners. So if you took a photograph of your painting and it's a little bit skewed, you can come back into Photoshop and actually make this more of a rectangular view, the way it should be. I hope this is helpful. This might be a lot for you, whoever has not done any Photoshop skills. If that's the case, just come by me and we'll do it together. We'll spend some time together and we'll make sure that we have a nice mock-up. Again, the mock-up doesn't have to be exactly the same to your final presentation, but it helps you start organizing and thinking about the artwork that is going to be relevant for your display. I hope this is all clear with the two with the calendar, so you have a good sense of what is coming for the next couple, the last 8 weeks. If you have any questions, email me, of course. Otherwise, have a great week.